Last time on the Salty Dog. Fishing is called fishing because it is what it is.
Mitch and I fished for about 12 straight days and caught 13 fish. Went 3 days without a single bite.
After a trip south to Uniform A and B, they hook what they think is a super heavyweight.
We found Mama!
The Pacific Blue Marlin dives deeper and deeper. And gets the better end of the deal.
Gone.
Fishing can be pure elation.
Nice job.
And also heavy disappointment. The Ladoff family fishing tradition goes back for generations.
My grandfather was a charter fisherman in the Gulf of Mexico. Our family's been in the fishing business for 50 or 60 years.
There he is.
They hook a feisty small fry.
Spearfish.
Spearfish.
And too small to tag.
Can you get the hook out, Ashley?
So they toss it back to the sea.
There he goes.
Plus speed and agility
There he is.
adds an edge to successfully reeling in a fish.
Go get him, Mitch!
This time, a striped marlin comes a-knockin'.
Coming up.
Final outcome, a successful tag and release.
All right, baby!
Just another day on the ocean in Kona, Hawaii. There's a ritual Captain Mitch Ladoff has practiced 1,000 times, if not more. Arrive early, grab the ice, and stroll down the dock towards the Salty Dog, a 31-foot Bertram built to cut through the seas and catch fish. This is the second best adrenaline rush a fisherman can experience, the anticipation of a great day of fishing. The best rush is when the fish strikes. Captain Mitch knocks down the outriggers. Outriggers are designed to hold the leader at an angle to make the action of the lure work properly, and keeps most of the leader out of the water for leader-shy fish. It also reduces the chances that the lines will become tangled during a turn. Captain Mitch's strategy is straightforward.
Got a good north current here going along the whole side of the island. We're gonna head up north today. Just gonna go pound where we think they are. Hope for the best, hope we get lucky.
It's a toss of the dice, but this tactic has paid off in the recent past. The Salty Dog trolls to Bravo, about 2 miles northwest of Kona International Airport. Theodore Gordon, a writer for the New York Fishing Gazette in the early 1900s, once said, "It's impossible to grow weary of a sport that is never the same on any 2 days of the year."
Every day it's so exciting. You get out here, the whole ocean's alive. It's always constantly moving, changing. It takes 15 minutes or so to really settle down. The quicker you kind of figure out what's happening with the currents, try to pick up on what's going on, lures, how they look, whether they need to come in or out, the better your day is gonna be. And then you get into the lull of waiting. The adrenaline starts wearing off, but there is that hope and anticipation of the day.
The Salty Dog trolls along the 1,000-fathom curve just off the lighthouse, the furthermost western point on the Kona coast. The depths here drop to over a mile deep. Here the epipelagic zone is rich in fish. The top 300 feet of water is where blue marlin and other fish congregate. Big Pacific blue marlin is what they're hoping for. Sometimes what you wish for and what you get are two different things. This is not a blue marlin aggressively attacking the lure on the long corner. It's a big mahi-mahi bull. Mahi-mahi can eat a lure 1/3 its size. And this one has no problem devouring a piece of plastic and steel designed to catch a big marlin.
Just crank him in, put the drag up. Just winch him in.
Total fighting time to boat this 35-pound fish is less than 4 minutes
Big my.
on a 130-pound test line. Again, designed for big marlin.
This could be dinner tonight. I don't like my. All right, give me the gaff. I hate these things. See if you can grab the lure. Grab the lure and slide it up. Grab the lure, slide it up. Just grab it, there you got it.
Although mahi-mahi is a favorite dish to eat by many, Captain Mitch regards them with disdain. This mahi-mahi took precious moments of trolling or fighting time reserved for big blue marlin.
Didn't take very long, wasn't much of a fight.
Yep, even 4 minutes.
I don't eat my.
It's so good. I tell you what, Mason, you cut it up, we'll cook it tonight.
Sometimes you do get what you wished for.
What, you ask, is a marlin? Well, it's one of the most amazing fish on the planet. It's found in tropical and subtropical waters all around the world. It's a top order predator, an apex predator, just like lions, sharks, and tigers. In layman's terms, the marlin is a type of billfish, essentially because it has a bill. In taxonomic classification, a marlin is a member of the Istiophoridae family. There are about 8 recognized species worldwide, but the Pacific blue marlin is perhaps the most common here in Hawaii and the most coveted amongst game fishermen. The largest one ever caught on rod and reel was over 1,800 pounds. That's over 14 feet in length. These guys are built for speed and attacking prey. Estimates have it of clocking speeds of around 65 miles an hour. That's in the water. Males are up to 300 pounds, but the females grow into giants with visual accounts of over 3,000 pounds. They have this fantastic bill they use for slashing and wounding and even impaling their prey. And their fins fold back into these slots, giving them amazing hydrodynamic qualities. They can't stay down in cold water very long because they don't have a brain heater like a tuna or a swordfish have. These brain heater organs sit over the brain and the optic nerve and allow the fish to operate in cold waters. But many fish prefer warmer waters, and this is one of the reasons why marlin hang out along the Kona coast. Lots of prey congregate here. Another fantastic feature of the marlin is its spectacular jumping ability. When a marlin bites down on a hook, it feels that sting. Its first instinct is to jump and to try and throw the hook out of its mouth, and this sometimes works. As an angler, the marlin's jump is an acrobatic display you'll never forget. Pound for pound, the marlin is one of the most aggressive and dynamic fish in the ocean, and many would agree, one of the most beautiful.
Salty Dog Sport Fishing Hawaii is brought to you by the Hawaiian Islands. Plan your dream getaway now on the Big Island of Hawaii. Farish Media, from concept to completion. We turn ideas into images. By Salty Dog Sport Fishing Charters. Join the crew for the best sport fishing in Hawaii. And by McKenna Ford.
This is Mike McKenna, and that's Hana Boy. Like he says, couldn't be a better time to buy.
The crew of the Salty Dog has had a small dry spell. Today, Captain Mitch Latoff has a plan to change that.
Today, we're gonna go down south, Been some nice fish down there, a lot of smaller ones up here, but we're looking for grandmama, so see if we can't find something to take a little bit of line.
And if that doesn't work, he has an alternative plan.
Kill 8 hours and come home.
Today's wireman is Captain Steve Epstein, a veteran of fishing in Kona waters for over 3 decades. He works with Lauren Miller, who's already in the IGFA record book since the age of 7. Lauren also tagged and released 10 Pacific Blue Marlin in one season, the most worldwide for her age group, and was honored by the Billfish Foundation in 2009.
I have 8 world records. I got my first one whenever I was 7. It was on an overnight trip. Woke up in the morning to the sound of the rod going off. It was a 29-pound spearfish.
It was a small fry and woman's world record. The Salty Dog arrives in uniform B. The clouds have moved in. And it doesn't take long for a marlin to strike.
Here it comes. Well, let her get close. Close enough.
This Pacific Blue Marlin
She must have been off when she jumped over, huh?
decides to play somewhere else.
That was weird, huh? What do you think? Off when she jumped over? Because the lure came from out here.
While Captain Steve inspects the lure, Lauren laughs it off.
Well, you hate to lose them, you know, but it wasn't anybody's fault or errors.
Mostly just gets its nose in the hook.
It was probably on the fish's nose like that, and then as soon as it turned,
It'll just pull itself right off.
that happens quite a lot in this whole marlin fishing world, so we don't get too upset about it, but we're just happy to see one, especially a nice one, solid 450, 500 pounds.
Even if you lose them, because you get to see the fish jump and you get to have the fight. It's always fun.
But where there's one fish, there might be another. This day isn't over with.
I'm ready to go get another one. It's just an adrenaline rush.
Kona absolutely is a unique place. I've been fortunate enough to fish most of the hot spots. You know, you still want to come back to Kona every time because of the ease of fishing, the calm waters, the deep water close to shore. I mean, I can literally leave my house, and from the point I leave my house and drive to the harbor and have marlin lures in the water, I can do it, you know, in 15 minutes from doorstep to water where there's 1,000-pound marlin swimming around. April 10th of 2010 is a day I'll remember forever. I caught my Pacific Blue Grander here in Kona, my hometown, on the Marlin Magic. Pretty special day for me. My good friend John Anderson from Florida, he called me up and said he was having his honeymoon in Kauai. Him and his new wife were gonna fly over just for one day to go fishing. We left the harbor early and we had the lines out about 25 minutes. Got the bite, which I didn't even see. My crewman said, it looks like a small marlin. And then the first jump, I knew, I pretty much called it 8 to a grand. Got it settled down and she went down real deep and was acting like it was gonna die. So we went full drag and started planing fish up with the boat. got it up pretty quick. In 30 minutes, we were looking at it. Then we watched it for 3 hours, swim corner to corner with all the heat we could put on it. Jill Anderson was in the chair, and she did a great job. She was just a little girl, but she showed that it was technique over brawn. 3 hours and 15 minutes she stood out until she got blisters on both hands and welts on her hips and just couldn't do it anymore. You know, she didn't want to get out, but she wanted to catch the fish. So like the last 20 minutes, John got in, with her already wearing it out. He got it up pretty quick. As soon as Brian got the leader, I remember saying, that's a grander. I could see it down deep and just looked longer than anything I've caught on that boat. Then it was, you know, getting pretty exciting, and that's when your stomach clenches and you're going, oh, just don't pull the hook, you know. That's the longest I've ever fought a fish on 130 tackle. When we were reaching like the 2-hour mark, I knew we weren't playing it easy. I mean, we were giving it some heat. My mind started making it bigger and bigger and bigger, and then when we finally got the leader, it backed up what I was thinking for the last hour. When I caught that fish, first thing I did was run up on the bridge and call my father, who was in the mainland at the time. Like, choked up. I couldn't barely get out what I was trying to tell him, and he's telling me, are you okay? You okay? Because I couldn't speak. And I said, no, I'm great. I said, I got her in the boat. It was, like I said, it would give every other fish back I ever caught for that one, because it's a once-in-a-lifetime fish.
The crew of the Salty Dog has just latched onto a big Pacific blue marlin with an estimated weight of nearly 500 pounds. The fish throws the hook.
She must have been off when she jumped over, huh?
I guess.
So it's back to square one. They troll for another 90 minutes. Then, a hungry fish jumps on the pink and silver lure off the long rigger. The fish doesn't break the surface, it dives deep. A fair sign that this isn't a marlin, but instead a yellowfin tuna, or ahi in Hawaiian.
You want me just to leave it out of gear?
You can drive on it.
Think you can take him on that side?
No, just don't worry about it. Just drive on it. That's a pretty good one. There.
It takes two to bring in this massive ahi.
You want me to grab the tail or anything?
Yeah, if you will. Just don't let him flop
Ready?
like that.
And it looks like it'll eclipse the 100-pound mark with ease. They'll know for sure when they get back to the scales at Honokohau Harbor. And it'll go to a good cause.
Got to get this fish on some ice, take care of it pretty good. Gonna give it to charity. We're stoked. Just a bonus when you catch one of these things out here.
Little do they know it, the crew of the Salty Dog's day isn't over. The biggest prize is still on the horizon.
Aloha, this is Captain Mitch. Have a question about sport fishing? Post it on Facebook.com/SaltyDogHawaii, and I'll answer. Please include your first name and where you're from.
Salty Dog Sport Fishing Hawaii is brought to you by the Hawaiian Islands. Plan your dream getaway now on the Big Island of Hawaii. Farish Media, from concept to completion, we turn ideas into images. By Salty Dog Sport Fishing Charters, join the crew for the best sport fishing in Hawaii. And by McKenna Ford.
This is Mike McKenna, and that's Hanaboy. Like he says, couldn't be a better time to buy.
Next time on the Salty Dog, Captain Mitch, Captain Steve, and Lauren Miller go for the big one.
Take a wrap on him when you can.
And this time, their luck is changing. Plus, their ahi is bigger than they thought. The Kona Coast is where big game fish congregate year-round in its calm, clear blue waters. It's hard to believe these huge marlin start out this size.
Baby marlin, a tough, voracious little buggers. I was once bitten by a 1-inch marlin. Marlin are hungry from the time they hatch, and food availability determines their size.
And it's all in the family with Captain McGrew Rice.
We are the only family in Kona or anywhere in the world that has 3 generations that have caught granders as captains.
And McGrew's Big Blue in 1998 ended a long grander drought in Kona. Plus, the girls and Big Daddy get to work.
Oh, we're gonna catch fish. I feel it. I feel good today. It's a beautiful day. The water's nice and calm. Feels like a good day to catch fish.
It's a field day from small fry
There was a baby.
to big bad marlin. It's all about fish and fun on the Salty Dog.
It's hot.